Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is August 22, 2021. We will look at stock market news, market activities for last week and do a quick recap and trading ideas for the next week. Most active, best and worst performing stocks and spot few good stocks to buy. With that, let's jump in. From a major news perspective, Lowe's stock, ticker symbol LOW, stock gains after surprise growth in sales. Looks like Lowe's is taking some market share from Home Depot at this time. On the contrary, Home Depot is suffering biggest drop in 9 months and stock drops after the earnings. So it may be good to look at Home Depot at these levels and buy slowly. And we got Roblox here. It's a kids entertainment and video games play, and the stock shares declined after the earnings. Looks like results came in below Wall Street expectations. It may be okay to buy slowly Roblox. It has been a rocket ship of late. And then we got Home Goods, parent of TJ Maxx, and the company beats earnings estimates. We'll look at this one too. And we have BJ's Wholesale, the stock raises after earnings beat. And ST Lauder, same story, stock beats. We got analog devices, they also beat, but stock drops. So it may be good to look at analog devices and see if it's worth buying at these levels. And then you got your VRM, reports Q2 loss and tops revenue, but stock drops. We can look at this one too. And then you got Tuya, TUYA, stock drops after the earnings announcement, and DAQ Energy. I think they missed the sales estimates and stock drops. It may be okay to look at DAQ Energy at these levels. Stock is oversold here. And then you got here Farfetch FTCH reports Q2 loss and tops revenue estimates. At these levels, I think it's good to look at stocks like Farfetch, ThreadUp, Real, and even Poshmark. For that reason, all of these stocks have been doing not so great. There is some money to be made in this area. And according to this report here, we got JD.com and Lovesac. These stocks are dirt cheap. We should probably look at these stocks and see if it's worth buying here. And then we got Disney here. Disney did a good announcement here, and looks like Disney is probably will take advantage. Stock may be better than Netflix according to this news item here. We will look at Disney. I think Disney is good to buy at these levels. It's got multiple things going on, including the streaming video, Disney Plus, as you all know. The park business is also gaining some momentum, and they got ESPN, as you all know. So with that, let's jump in and get started and go from there. And from a broader market perspective, as you can see here, last week was pretty turbulent week. As you can see here, first day stocks went up, 2 days stocks came down big time, and remaining 2 days, Thursday and Friday, they kind of try to recover some ground here. So overall, stocks are pretty much in the trading range for the week here. S&P 500 down for the week, as you can see here, and Dow Jones Industrial Average is down a little more big for the week here. And Nasdaq, which is tech heavy, massively unchanged for most part, a little bit down as you can see here, but mostly unchanged. Whereas Russell 2000, which is small cap stocks, that's a little bit down as you can see here for the week, and even for 2 weeks it's down. So typically Russell 2000 tells you what's ahead for the big broader market. So I would be a little cautious here with the Russell 2000 dropping big time. You got to be careful and don't be too bullish next week. Be a little more careful and take it from there. And ZB bonds, as you can see here, had a nice week. It's been doing well. With the bonds doing well, on the contrary, interest rates are really dropping. So this is why the bank stocks, as an example, may not do that great because bonds are going up, interest rates are dropping. And then you got here crude oil. Crude oil looks like it's going down at these levels. Crude oil is a scenario where there were news about OPEC and OPEC doing some cuts with that crude oil is jumping higher. So anytime crude oil jumps higher, we have our US companies who can make money with the higher price. So that's why oil is going down now. This is one of those scenarios where, you know, buy on the sell on the news. So this is where when the news was, hey, you know what, there is a OPEC cutting, that's when stocks went up. But now that news is baked in, so that's why these crude oil stocks are going down. This is when our US manufacturers, they will start drilling more and more. And then we got gold here. Gold is pretty much not too much change here. So whenever gold drops like this, I would buy some quality gold stocks like GOLD, which is Barrick Gold, or even things like GDX and GTHX G. Some of these ETFs are also good. So I think gold is a good play to have some in your portfolio. And then you got here US dollar. US dollar is strengthening a little bit, as you can see here. As US dollar strengthens, things like crude oil, gold, they will typically go down. That's the relationship that we have in the past. Commodities will drop in price as dollar strengthens. So with that, let's jump in here and look at the broader chart here. We got a 5-year chart of S&P 500, and we got skew here, one of my favorite indicators, and we got VIX, which is a volatility indicator, as most of you know. So as you see here, S&P 500 in a 5-year chart, it is a rocket ship, as you can see here. Since last March, when stock market dropped big time, since that time, S&P 500 has been making very good progress, as you can see here. But if you look at the skew here, it's very important to pay attention to skew. Skew will kind of gives a heads up what's going to happen for the stock market. As you see here, skew is kind of in the trading range here. That's when it dropped big time. Stock market dropped along with it. Then as you go here, skew is getting a little comfortable here. Stock market dropped a little bit here. Even here, skew went up and stock market dropped big time. This is COVID-19. Right now, skew is flirting around 150, 160 mark here. This is our indication that, hey, don't be too comfortable. Stock market can come down from these levels here, especially because skew is in a tight trading range right now, hovering around 150, 140, 160 type range here. That's why we got to be careful. Histories of any indication, whenever this happens, you will have a small correction in the stock market. So reasons could be different, from back in 2018 or so. It could be Jerome Powell increasing the interest rates. In 2020, it could be COVID-19 virus. In 2021, reason could be anything. It could be Delta virus, or it could be anything. But typically when this happens, when the skew hits around 150, 160 levels, typically there will be a stock market drop. So with that, we have to be a little more careful here. As you look through the VIX here, VIX is telling us, you know what, there is nothing much going on. So when VIX is like this at lower level, that tells you people are a little more complacent and folks are buying into this hype. That's when we got to be a little bit careful and cautious. People are too comfortable at these levels, so that's when we got to be a little more cautious and buy some good names and keep some money on the sideline, so that way you can buy some quality names as they drop. So with that, let's jump into broader ETFs here and take it from there. So from broader ETF perspective, exchange traded fund perspective, as you can see here, S&P 500 is trying to make its way back, for the week. It's again a 3-month chart, as you can see here, 3-month, 1 day. S&P 500 is pretty much down for the week. This is why you got to have some money on the table, so that way when stocks drop like this, put the money to work and you can take the money off the table if you're a trader, or if you're an investor, you can buy for the long haul. So Dow Jones Industrials average also same story, came down big 2 days and tried to make its way higher. And QQQ, which is stronger of the indices. If you're a long-term investor, I would suggest buy QQQ on the down days and hold it for a while. QQQ is the stronger of the indices. It's got both technology stocks, biotechnology stocks. With the exception of banks, I think it's a good ETF to own. And then you got IWM, which is Russell 2000. As you can see, Russell 2000 is having a little bit tough time here. This kind of leading indicator, as we talked about here. That's why you got to be careful about broader markets here. As Russell goes down, it tells you, hey, you know what, there is something up. Don't be buying too many shares. Have some money on the table. And then you got TLT, which is bonds. Bond is going up, which means interest rates is going to come down, and that's going to create some issues for bank stocks. And also, as bonds goes up, stock market will typically come down. That's why you got to be a little careful. Then we got gold here. Gold is, they had a steep drop, as you can see here. Now they're trying to make their way up, pretty much unchanged for the week. And then we got XLP. XLP is consumer staples, as many of you know. As you can see, it's doing very well. So consumer staple is doing well. Utilities is doing well. So whenever this happens, when consumer staples and utilities are doing well, these are the safe haven type sectors. That's when broader stock market will get some little bit weakness, because people are putting their money into safe haven like consumer staples, utilities. So that's why you got to be a little careful here. And then you got here XLK technology. All the technology stocks are doing great. Even the main thing I see is the bigger technology stocks like Microsoft, Apple. They're doing great. They're carrying the market forward at this time. We got semiconductors here. Semiconductors, after reaching the top, now they're kind of making their way down. I would pick up some good semiconductor names at these levels. Think about AMD, NVIDIA as an example, and even Taiwan Semi. And then we got XAR, which is a big defense contractors here. Their stocks are coming down. You could buy some defense contractors at these levels. Think about stocks like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and some of these bigger players, Northrop. You could buy some of those. That whole sector is coming down slowly. And then we got here XLE Energy, like we talked about. Think about ExxonMobil, Chevron, EOG, OneOak. Some of those stocks you could buy a little bit at these levels, but understand energy is in a longer term downtrend, given folks are going after batteries, electric vehicles and battery technologies. That's why XLE could be okay to trade in the short run, but longer term XLE is probably going to go down. And then you got retail here. Retail, as you can see here, it's a 3-month chart. It provides you very good trading opportunities. So goes down, comes up, goes down, comes up. Even in this 3-month period, you could make some good money by trading retail, as you can see here. Right now, retail is trying to make its way higher. With the COVID virus scare, retail came down pretty hard here. And then you got IYR. IYR is the residential type stocks here. So looks like the real estate stocks. It's really real estate. Real estate stocks are doing very well. So I would probably buy slowly on the down days and accumulate, especially these stocks like the home builders, actual real estates, and even REITs. They're all doing well. And then we got here XLF, which is financials. Financials are not doing that well because interest rates are coming down. When interest rates come down, the big banks like JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they can't make that much money off of your deposits. That's why XLF is coming down slowly. I would buy some good quality names as XLF comes down. And then you got big industrials here. Big industrials are also going down a little bit, as you can see here. We had a Deere report last week. Deere dropped. So that's why you got to be a little careful here. It's okay to buy, XLI slowly. Don't buy too much. Good names like Deere, it could be okay to buy some. So with that, let's jump into a little more details and take it from there. Next, what we'll do is we'll look at the big stock names, big cap stock names here. Microsoft, clearly rocket ship here. Stock went up. Looks like Microsoft increased their price for Microsoft 360. After a decade or so. That's why Microsoft can bring in more money. The company still has pricing power. That's why stock jumped up. Microsoft is now a true $1 trillion market cap along with Apple. So I think up here you got to be a little careful. Still a good company. It also gives opportunity for you to buy on the down days. I would buy Microsoft on down days. Right now it's too high, evidenced by RSI, which is 75 at this time. And then we got Apple here, similar story. Apple is doing great. It's above all its moving averages, 100, 50, and 25. I would, Apple also gives very good opportunities to buy. I would wait a little bit. RSI 56 tells you be a little cautious and buy on the down days. As an example, Apple gives you lot of down days to buy. I would buy on those down days. Apple is a great stock to buy. And on the contrary, we got Amazon.com here. It's a 3 month chart, as you can see here. Amazon.com is very good to buy at these levels. After the quarterly earnings, stock is not doing great. Has some good days, but not doing great. I think folks may be worried a little bit about Jeff Bezos focusing more on Blue Origin, his space company, and Andy Jassy is at the helm. I'm sure Andy Jassy will do very well. That's why market is kind of thinking what to do with Amazon at this time, and we should buy Amazon at these levels. Be contrarian. I'm sure Andy Jassy will do very well. And then we got Facebook here. Facebook is a great stock. Right now RSI is 52, that is still below 55. I would buy Facebook anytime on the down days. Company will do very well. I think Mark Zuckerberg, he's doing great. I think we should buy some Facebook on the down days. Even up here, you can buy some Facebook and hold it for a while. And then we got Google here. Google with the CEO Sundar Pichai. It seems to be doing great. Right now RSI is 61. With Google also, my mantra is to buy Google on the down days. I think it always gives you opportunity on the down days to buy. Right now stock is hovering around 52-week high. I would probably wait for a little pullback here. RSI 61, that tells you it's a little bit overbought at these levels. I would wait for RSI to cool down, come below 55, and buy during these pullbacks, as you can see here. Then we got here Netflix. Netflix, as you can see here, even though we had Disney earnings, I think Netflix is doing very well here. This is one of the reasons whenever Netflix falls down after the earnings, folks will be worried, hey, what happens to this video game? Is Netflix one trick pony? All these bad thoughts will come to folks' mind, and Netflix typically plunges sometimes after the earnings. Every time that happens, it's always a good opportunity. Netflix, they started with the video rentals. Now they're a major content creator. So I think this company can do well. Right now it's a little bit high for me, but Netflix always gives you opportunity. It drops once in a while. I would buy in those drops versus chasing at this time. I might take some profit off the table at these levels and buy when the stock is down. As you can see here, it is a very good opportunity to buy Netflix on the down days. And then you got Nvidia here. Nvidia is a rocket ship. It's into semiconductor. I think they also had their earnings a while ago. They're doing very well broadly, but looks like their cryptocurrency segment is not doing that great. At this time, I would not chase Nvidia. Right now, RSI is 61. I would let this cool off, pull back a little bit, and then buy NVIDIA. NVIDIA also, as you can see here, gives you buying opportunities. We should buy in those pullbacks versus chasing right now. Then we got J&J. J&J is doing great here. This company gives you a lot of opportunity to buy. It's got rock solid balance sheet, and they also have a great dividend. So I would not chase J&J at these levels. Right now RSI 71, that tells you, hey, wait for a small pullback. Don't put money to work at these levels. And then we got PayPal here. PayPal, as you can see here, stock has dropped after the, even just before the earnings. At this time, PayPal is a good one to buy. RSI is 41. That tells you stock is oversold. I would buy some PayPal at these levels and hold it for a while. Then we got UNH, United Healthcare. As you can see here, United Healthcare is into healthcare area, and stock has been a rocket ship. I would not buy the company's stock at these levels. This company also gives you opportunity to buy multiple times. This is a three-month chart. Even the 3 month, you could see multiple times you got buying opportunity. Right now, I would not chase UNH, but if you already own the stock, it's okay to keep it as usual. Then we got Merck here. Merck is a great stock. I love trading Merck. Right, Merck, as you can see here, gives you a lot of opportunities. Right now, I would not buy at these levels. RSI 61 tells you stock is overbought at these levels. And Medtronic, you could cautiously buy. Medtronics might come down a little more with the Delta virus, in play. People may not take the elective surgery. Stock might come down a little bit. Even up here, you could buy some Medtronic at these levels. And same story applies to stock like Edward Life Sciences, Intuitive Surgical. Same methodology applies. And then you got here JP Morgan. JP Morgan, as you talked about, as the interest rate drops, these bank stocks will come down. That's what is happening. You could buy some JP Morgan at these levels and hold it for a while. I'm sure interest rates have to go up from these levels. It's a question of when. And then you got Berkshire Hathaway, same story. You could buy some Berkshire Hathaway at these levels. As you can see here, Berkshire is trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average at this level. I would buy Berkshire slowly. And then you got Visa here. Visa is a great company. Right now, RSI is 38. Stock is completely oversold at these levels. I would buy some Visa at these levels. As you can see here, Visa, Mastercard, JP Morgan, looks like most of the financial sector is a little bit pulling back, giving you opportunity to buy at these levels. And then you got Home Depot here. Home Depot, after the earnings, stock dropped big time. That was a good buying opportunity. Right now, Home Depot is trying to come up a little bit. I would buy Home Depot slowly. Right now, RSI is 52. Still a good time to buy Home Depot. We got some more here. One more chart here to look at. Starting at the top here with Oracle. Oracle is a great stock. We got legendary CEO here with the Safra Cats, and Larry Ellison, who is the co-founder, still at the helm. I would buy Oracle at these levels. If you want to wait for their earnings, you could. It's coming maybe in a week or two time frame. Typically, Oracle reports their earnings a little bit later in the game. But I think, Oracle is a good one to buy slowly, and company will do well. RSI 53 tells you it's oversold at these levels. And then you got here Snap. Snap is a great stock. As you can see here, it gives a lot of opportunity for you to buy. After the earnings, stock went up dramatically. It's a SAP, not Snap. SAP gives you a lot of good opportunity to buy. Right now, I would wait a little bit. As you can see here, RSI is 56. I would probably wait a little bit. I would buy this stock when it comes below 50-day moving average and pull the trigger. This stock always gives you a lot of opportunity to buy. I've been watching SAP for a while. And then you got Shopify. Shopify, as you can see right now, it's in a buy range. RSI is 38. Stock has been going down, as you can see here. Right now it's in a bearish territory. I would buy some Shopify at these levels here. Snap, on the other hand, RSI is 52. After the earnings, stock gapped up big time. Out by some Snap at these levels. This stock is headed towards $100. Out by some Snap at these levels with the RSI 52. Good time to buy on the pullbacks and accumulate. Then we got Twitter here. Twitter, along with the most of these social media, it's coming down. Twitter, Snap, as you can see here, Pinterest, all great stocks. I would buy them on this weakness here. Right now, RSI is 51, tells you it's oversold at these levels. Even if you're a premium seller, you could sell some put options below the current price and make some money off of Twitter, given IV percentile is high, which is 51 right now. And similar thought process here with all the video game producers like Take-Two, Electronic Arts, Activision Blizzard, Zynga. Most of these stocks are down at these levels. I would buy these quality names like Take-Two at these levels and hold it for a while. And you could also do same thing for stocks like Zynga, Activision Blizzard, and other video game stocks also. And then you got AMD here. It's a rocket ship, as you can see here. Stock has done great here after the earnings. Stock shot up big time. Right now it's trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average. I would buy AMD on any pullbacks. I think this is becoming a new Intel, as you can think about. This stock will do very well under Lisa Su's able leadership. And then you got here mRNA, Moderna, as many of you know. Stock is trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average, as you can see here. I would buy Moderna on any weakness, hold it for a while. I think companies having a lot of drugs in their pipeline. They are going after cancer, as you can think about. I think there are some bad news about Moderna. Their vaccines might cause some issue with the heart. That's why stock has come down here. I would buy slowly at these levels. And we got American Express here with all these credit card companies and fintech companies. Right now they have dropped. I think it's a good time to buy American Express. RSI is 33. Tells you stock is oversold. I would buy stocks like American Express, Visa, Mastercard, PayPal, even Square for that matter. All of them are down. I would buy some at these levels. And then you got CVS here. CVS, this stock has been not doing great for a long time. I would slowly buy CVS on the down days and accumulate. They got both pharmacy business as well as Aetna, which is insurance business. I think this company will do well. I would buy slowly, but don't expect the stock to shoot up like other companies. But this is a steady Eddie type stock. We got AbbVie here. AbbVie is a great stock. Right now stock is up. It gives a lot of good opportunities to buy. In this case also have a franchise for Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's, as you know, it's a very tough disease to prevent. But this company along with Biogen, they are making some stride. Right now stock is overbought. And this gives you a lot of opportunity to buy. I would wait for a small pullback here and buy AbbVie. And then we got Edward Life Sciences. It's again into surgery. It's a medical device maker, as you know. I would wait for a little pullback here and then buy. Right now it's RSI 71, tells you stock is overbought at these levels. On the other hand, we got these bank stocks here. They're trying to bounce off of their 50-day moving average, as you can see here. I would buy some bank stocks at these levels and they will do very well. And even Mastercard here, which is into credit cards. I would buy some Mastercard at these levels, completely oversold, evidenced by RSI, which is 34. And then we got Lowe's here. Lowe's, I think these guys are taking market share away from Home Depot. Stock is doing great. After the quarterly earnings, stock shot up like a rocket ship. I would not chase here. I would wait for a pullback. This stock also gives you a lot of pullback opportunities, as you can see here. So with that, now let's jump in and go into some of these major ETFs. So from a major ETF perspective, as you can see here, I have sorted this by 1 month performance. A lot of these big ETFs like XLU, XLV, even VGK, which is Vanguard, and XLK. One thing to notice is most of these big ETFs are hovering around their 52-week high. So you got to be careful here not to chase these ETFs at these levels. And what I've done is I've highlighted few ETFs which have pulled back a little bit. For example, XLB has pulled back 6% from 52-week high. We got TLT. I would not recommend buying too many of these bonds in your portfolio, but if you're in the retirement age or nearing retirement, it's okay to buy some TLT. It will give you very good hedging against the stock market drop. And then we got IYT. IYT again, it's the Dow Jones Industrial, the Transportation Index. This is a leading indicator. As IYT drops, so does the broader market. It's always one of those old, steady indicator that tells you which way stock market is headed. And same story, Russell also will tell you where the stock market is headed. Right now down 8%. And then you got some defensive plays like gold down at these levels. I would buy some gold at these levels. And we got XLE dropped, XAR. I think it's okay to buy some XAR at these levels. So, as you can see here, many of these big ETFs are doing great of late. That's why, keep some money on the tables. When the stock market drops, you could buy some. Normally, as you know, August, even September, October at times provide you very good trading opportunities. Have some money on the table and buy as stocks drop. Now we'll go into ETF winners. As you can see here, crypto has been doing great in last month. Crypto goes up and down drastically. Right now, crypto is doing well in 1 day, 5 days, as you can see here. The first two are the crypto here. What I would do is right now I would not do too much, but if the crypto drops, you could buy some good crypto names like Marathon Digital, Marathon Digital, and even other stocks in the crypto area, and hold them for a while. And then we got here ITB, which is home builders. Right now it's going up, but I would slowly buy home builders on a down day and keep it from there. Then we got here KBE, Regional Bank, and again KRE, same story. The bank stocks have done well for the month, but as you see here, as you look at 5-day and even 10-day, banks have gone down a little bit. That's the main reason is because interest rates are dropping. I would buy some of the bank stocks and hold it for a while. And as you scan through here, we got materials down for the week, and we got even MSI. It's also down for a week. Probably I would not chase many of these here. We look at some good stocks in these areas and see if we can buy. From an ETF losers perspective, China, big time. China stocks are dropping big time. Even big cap Chinese ETF like FXI dropping 11% for the month. They're dropping for 10 days, 5 days, and even 1 day. I would slowly buy FXI and even some big Chinese stocks at these levels. Normally what happens is when China comes up, these stocks will go up in a hurry. So I would buy some FXI at these levels slowly, and also buy some stocks like Baba, which is Alibaba, and JD.com, and even Weibo and some of these names, and hold for a while. We got a lot of great stocks in China. All of them are on a sale right now. And as you can see here, MJ, which is really cannabis an ETF, that's kind of went showing some weakness, but now in one day it's showing some strength. I think it's okay to buy cannabis stocks into this strength here, at least in one day chart, but they've been dropping in 5 day, 10 day, 1 month. Look at some good names here like Canopy Growth, Tilray, Aurora, even Grow Generation, which dropped big time. As you scan here, we got gold here. I would buy some gold at these levels and hold it for a while. Now let's go into small cap most active stocks. I always pay very close attention to most active stocks because they tell you what's going on. So that's why I added a listing here of most active stocks. These are by volume. These stocks have done most volume in the small cap area. As you scan through here, broad brush, look at insider transactions and institution transaction. This tells you what insiders and institutions have been doing. For example, here we got BT. Institutions have been buying big time. So you got to pay attention to this. So on down days, it's okay to buy some BT. We had some down days, but stock has gone up big time in last 2 months or so. In the last month, stock went up by 181%. And then you got here MUDs, and MUDs, as you can see here, institutions have been buying, and right now RSI for MUDs is 33. That tells you, hey, it's okay to buy some MUDs at this level. Given institutions are buying, they're accumulating slowly. Even though sales is zero, it's okay to buy some MUDs at this level. And as you scan through here, same story is Sense. Institutions are buying big time. RSI is 61. I would probably wait for this to cool off a little bit. As you can see here, stock has been going up in 1 day, 1 week, and so on and so forth. FCEL, on the other hand, institutions are buying. As you can see here, right now stock is oversold. It's okay to buy some FCEL at these levels. I think this stock will do well, and there is also some strength in 1 day, as you can see here. You can also look at other stocks here. I will highlight few stocks for you here. Workhors, same story. Right now, both insiders and institutions have been selling, as you can see here. But RSI is 32, tells you stock is completely oversold. And in the near term, in 1 day, there is some improvement. So I could see, some of these electric vehicle stocks going up from these levels, especially because they're beaten down and showing some signs of progress in the nearer term. And then you got Nano Dimension, MoneyGr, Clean Energy, Aurora Cannabis, same story here. In some areas, as you can think through your Nano Dimension, institutions are buying it big time. Same story with MGI and GEVO, as well as VXRT. So I would look at some of these names where there is some activity from an institution perspective, and also look at the RSI. When the RSI is low, like GEVO as an example, or even Clean Energy and ACB, even VXRT is a low RSI at these levels, I would buy some of these names given there is some improvement and progress that institutions are buying the stock, low RSI, and many of these have got some strength in the nearer term. I would buy some of these names and hold for a while. Next, let's look at the monthly winners. I would not chase these monthly winners. Look at 1 month performance here. My God, it's a rocket ship here with the FLGC, BT. That's why I will not chase these stocks here. I've seen these companies coming down from time to time. So it's always pays to wait a little bit, have some patience. But if you have to buy one stock in this list, I would probably look at AUPH here with the RSI 52. Still time to buy. It's gone up a little bit in one day, but stock is showing some progress here. I would buy some AUPH in this list here, but I would be watching all these good stocks here. On any big drop, I would pick some up. As example, BT right now for one day, 1 week and 2 week stock has dropped. I'm sure there may be a few more drops with the crypto making some big news. I would wait for a little drop and I would pick up then and take it from there. And small cap monthly losers perspective, I pay very close attention to this loser list here. As you know, losers will typically turn into winners. So I've highlighted few stocks here, but I also love many more. At the high level, I like Metromil. After the earnings, stock dropped big time, $4 stock right now. I would pick up some of this stock at these levels. And look at GoCo here. GoCo, Go Health. Insiders are buying big time. So I would buy some GoCo along with the insiders. Right now, RSI is 23. Tells you stock is completely oversold at these levels. I would buy some GoCo given insiders are buying GoCo. And same story, the OCFT One Connect. Looks like institutions are buying OCFT. Low RSI 18, completely oversold. I'll buy some OCFT at these levels. And App Harvest is also good. I think after the earnings, stock dropped big time. Stock is completely oversold right now. These guys are into organic vegetables. I think they will do well. I think right now stock dropped. As you scan through here, I've highlighted Honest, HNST, SmileDirect, Kopin, one of my favorite stocks, which is dropped big time. And then we got GTHX G1 Therapeutics. You could look at some of these names here at these levels and buy slowly. I also love stocks like VLDR, which is Velodyne. I think stock has dropped big time. I'm sure they will come back. And as you can see here, we got Jinko Solar. It's also a good stock. I think you could buy some of these names at these levels and go from there. Next, we got mid cap most active stocks. So most active stocks will typically tell you what's going on here, how is the volume, and what stocks people are buying. That's why I added this list. I've also highlighted a few stocks for you to look at. On the top, we got this Mimi stocks, we got Wish and Skillz. Both of these stocks are completely oversold at these levels. As you can see, RSI is 30 and 28. So as you see here, there is some nearer term strength in one-day chart. I would be a buyer at these levels in both Wish and SKLZ. Even though you don't see too much anything around fundamentals here, we don't have any sales growth here. Nice gross margin, so that's why I would buy some at these levels. Purely speculation. Stocks have come down a lot. Good gross margin. I would buy some at these levels. On the contrary, Zynga, which is a video game play, I think it's got good fundamentals here. Nice sales growth, as you can see here, nice gross margin. Stock has come down a lot after the earnings. It's trying to gain some strength in the near term. Right now, RSI 36 tells you completely oversold. For you, fundamental investor, you could buy some Zynga at these levels, very cheap. Buy at these levels, hold it for a while. You will have a nice profit as you go forward. And then we got here Clover, again a big time Mimi stock here. RSI is 42, gaining some strength in near term. I would buy some Clover at these levels and hold for a while. And then you got Chinese stocks here, TAL, which is online educational play, and Whip Shop, both showing some strength in the near term in one-day chart. I would buy and hold at these levels. I'm sure Chinese stocks will turn around at some time. As you scan through here, I got here Tilray, which is again cannabis play here. Stock is oversold, showing some strength in near term. And we got Norwegian Cruise Lines, again with the Delta. There is some bad news, but stock is showing some strength here. Stock is oversold. I would buy some Norwegian also here, and NCLH. And Chinese stocks, I would buy IQ, uh, Uptech, which is TIGR, QFIN. I think all these are showing some strength. I would buy slowly these names and take it from there. And if you were to buy something in the gold area, Yamaha Gold, good solid play from a earnings and sales growth perspective. RSI is 45, tells the stock is oversold. Out by Yamaha Gold along with the Barrick Gold as an example, and hold it for a while. And then we got Petco here. Petco RSI is 59. I would wait for this to cool off a little bit. I think 2-3 weeks ago, OOF was a good one to buy. It was beaten down big time. Now we look at mid cap monthly winners. Typically, I will not chase the monthly winners, but if you have to pick one or two up, I would probably look at stocks like Ride Blockchain here. Right now, RSI is 52. You can still buy the stock, but typically stocks like Ride Blockchain gives you a lot of opportunity to buy. I would probably wait and buy this on down day. Then as I scan through here, we got Genius here, RSI 49. You can look at this one also slowly, but at the high level, look through here, spot insider transactions and institutional transactions. Whenever you see some good progress here, for example, Avis, as you can see here, insiders are buying. It may be okay to buy on the down days. And Genius, as you see here, institutions are buying big time. Genius, as you even Skin for that matter. So it pays attention to look at some of these areas where institutions are buying big time, like Right Blockchain, Marathon, Skin, Genie, and so on. And even Switch for that matter. Switch is, I think, right now RSI is 65. That tells you maybe wait for a little pullback here. Now we got monthly losers, mid-cap losers. This is one area I pay very close attention. Typically, this is where you can make some good money with some patience on your hand. As you can see, a TAL, Tuya, TGTX, Vroom, all have been sold off big time. As you can see here, there is some progress. If you look at TGTX here, they're showing some progress in near term, as well as TAL and Tuya. At these levels, it's okay to pick up some of these stocks here, along with Wish here, which is a big time meme stock. And then you got some more names here, some Chinese names with IQ and Huya, and other names here. I would buy IQ, Huya, even ACADIA, and so on and so forth. Right now, as you can see here, these stocks are oversold big time in 1 month time frame, and many of these are showing some strength in near term. I would buy these names and take it from there. And I would also look at Arrival, which is a EV play here. Stock is at $10, and even Virgin Galactic. I would buy some at these levels and hold for a while. Next, let's look at large cap monthly winners. Typically, I don't chase winners, but if I were to pick one or two, I would look at BNTX here. With the stock has been pulled back a little bit, as you can see here. RSI 53. 1 week it's down. 10 days it's down. I would pick up stocks like BNTX, on semiconductor, even Snap here, and take it from there. Now we look at large cap most active. Most active stocks will tell you, where the money is going, where the action is. So with that, I would look at names like Ford Motors at these levels. Stock has been dropped big time because of the chip shortage. I would buy some Ford at these levels, along with Palantir, Tencent, Neo, and Didi. Some of these Chinese names like Neo, Didi, Tencent, they've been beaten down enough. It's okay to buy slowly at these levels and accumulate. I would also look at cruise liners like Carnival Cruise Line, slowly buy at these levels. Stock is completely oversold. And also stock like Uber, BEKE, again Chinese name, Coupang, which is South Korea. I like this stock at these levels and hold it for a while. Even GM for that matter, they're pivoting towards electric vehicles just like Ford. I think this will also do well. So with that, let's go into large cap monthly losers. This is the list I typically love and look at. Lot of great names here. I've highlighted few ones, but I like many of these stocks, especially Chinese stocks like BK, Billy, Futu. I like this one too. It's a Hong Kong based stock here. Didi, Net is one of my favorite. Even Pinterest is a great stock. I've these a lot of great stocks here. I would buy these stocks slowly into this weakness. I've highlighted few ones for you like AMC, Coupang, Farfetch, Weibo, and so on and so forth. You could buy some of these stocks at these levels and hold it for a while. Even other stocks here, like these stocks, you should buy at these levels. They will do great. Now we got mega cap most active stocks here. As you can see here, this is where the action is. I would look at names like Alibaba at these levels. Stock has been dropping big time with the Chinese crackdown. I would be buying Alibaba slowly here, and also look at Intel. Intel has been dropping big time. I think the new CEO Pat Gelsinger will do well. And then you got Tesla, same story right now, temporary weakness, RSI below 50. I would pick up some Tesla, Taiwan Semi, even Tencent. And if you are a dividend investor or a retiree or approaching retirement, you could buy some Verizon also at these levels, a great stock, great dividend. And as you see here, we've got Disney here. I would buy some Disney at these levels, and also Visa is also great stock. Now we'll go into mega cap monthly winners. I would not chase the winners, but if I were to pick one or two, I would go with Facebook and Tesla here. Both are down, as you can see, a little bit, showing some strength as you go forward. I would buy these two names at here. And from mega cap monthly losers perspective, a lot of great names. I would look at these names here. So as you can see here, we got great stock like Alibaba completely sold out, and Tencent, Amazon.com, one of my favorite stock, has been sold off completely. I've not seen Amazon.com this cheap in the past. I would buy Amazon at these levels, along with PayPal, Taiwan Semi, Mastercard, Intel, and Visa, and Disney, Home Depot, and Tesla. I think these are good names to buy at these levels and take it from there. Now let's look at a few charts very quickly, starting with a small market cap here. I would look at names like FuelCell, FCEL here. As you see here, stock has done nicely in the past, but right now stock is dropping off. I think earnings may be coming up soon. Look at the on the balance volume. Even though stock is dropping, on the balance volume is pretty steady. That's a bullish divergence, as many of you technicians know. I would buy some FCEL at these levels, given stock is dropping. On the contrary, on the balance volume is going up. That tells you the big players are buying the stock even though stock is dropping. So this is when we have to buy along with them, and it will give you a nice surprise. And same story, the Workhors stock is dropping. I think they had their earnings also, but on the balance volume is going up. That tells you people are accumulating here, and if the bigger players, we should buy along with the smart money and accumulate. And similar story with Nano Dimension as well as MGI. Even though stocks are pulling back, on the balance volume is pretty steady, or pretty higher level. I would buy these names at these levels. Be a contrarian, buy some at these levels. They will do well. And then we got a couple more here. Metromil, stock tank big time. This is a auto insurance play. As you can see here, on the balance volume is also dropped. So I'd be a contrarian here and buy some Metromil as well as SmileDir. As you can see, a SmileDir stock dropped big time. Now on the balance volume is trying to go up right now, so good time to buy slowly. And we got Kopin, one of my favorite semiconductor play here. Stock has dropped, but on the balance volume is pretty steady, a little bit down, but pretty steady. I would buy some Kopin at these levels and hold for a while. And then you got G1 Therapeutics. As you can see, this stock also has been dropping off. As you can see here, on the balance volume is also low, out by some GTHX at these levels, and hold for a while. Next, we got a couple more here. We got Skillz, which is a SPAC play, as you might be knowing. Stock has been dropping big time, as you can see here, but now it's showing some signs of improvement, out by some Skillz at these levels slowly, and hold it for a while. Zynga, on the other hand, I think it's a good one. Stock has been dropping, fundamentally sound company. Right now, on the balance volume is picking up, out by some Zynga at these levels. It's a video game play. And we got Tilray here. Tilray is a cannabis play, as many of you know. Stock has done nothing for a while. On the balance volume is pretty steady, out by some Tilray at these levels. As cannabis industry gains the love, this will also come up nicely. Then we got Norwegian Cruise Lines. Norwegian Cruise Lines, as you can see here, stock has been dropping a little bit with the COVID scare, with the Delta virus. But as you can see here, on the balance volume is pretty steady, out by some Norwegian Cruise Lines into this bad news, and hold for a while. This bounces back nicely, as you can see here. Some bad news, bounce back, bad news, bounces back. So out by some Norwegian Cruise Line at this level, and hold for a while. Next, we got a couple names here, mainly Chinese names. Three are Chinese names. We got QFIN, Huya, and Dakio. As you can see here, QFIN is telling you, hey, enough is enough. I'm trying to go up again. So that's why on the balance volume is trying to tick up here, out by some QFIN at these levels. And also Huya, stock has been beaten down, and right now it's stabilizing. On the balance volume is trying to go up, out by Huya slowly and accumulate. And same story with Dakio Energy. After the earnings, I think they missed the estimates. Stock is trying to see where to go, out by some Dakio at these levels, and hold it. And we got here Sir Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic here. As you can see, a stock has been dropping off. Looks like Sir Richard Branson sold some of his stocks. But right now, as you can see here, on the balance volume is pretty steady. So I would buy some space, SPCE at these levels. And we got a few more stocks here. Semiconductor play on semiconductor. Stock is a little bit dropping off, trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average, out by some on semiconductor into this temporary weakness. Solid on the balance volume, out by some at these levels. And same story, Snap is also great. Great volume on the balance volume. Temporary weakness, stock is trying to bounce off of its 50-day moving average, out by some Snap at these levels. And I would also buy Ford. Ford is a great company. I think they are pivoting nicely into electric vehicles. Their pickup truck is favorites. I think this stock will do well. Out by Ford into this weakness. Stock is down mainly because of semiconductor shortage. And then got Palantir here. Palantir, as you can see here, doing great. It's one of those companies where you don't know what's going on, but they're doing very good strides into both government sector as well as the commercial area. It's a great big data play as well as a cyber security play. As you see here, on the balance volume is pretty steady. I'm sure stock will come up nicely as we go forward. And then we got a couple more names here. Coupang, it's a great e-commerce play in South Korea. I think stock has been dropping off late. On the balance volume is also down. I would be accumulating this company slowly at these levels. I think it will do great. And then we got here Farfetch. Farfetch is down, as you can see here, after the earnings, out by some Farfetch, along with stocks like Real, Poshmark, ThreadUp. I think these stocks will do well from these levels. And then you got here Weibo, Chinese stock, as you know. Stock has been dropping big time, getting some showing some strength in the near term. If you look at the on the balance volume here, the big smart money managers are buying the stock at these levels, out by some Weibo and accumulate. And then we got NIO, Chinese Tesla. As you can see, our stock is not doing great. Anytime NIO is below 40, I'm a buyer. As you can see here, on the balance volume is pretty steady. I would buy some NIO at these levels and hold it for a while. Next, we got a couple more here. These are mega cap names, as you can see here. We got Disney on the top here. Disney stock has been in the trading range for a while, trying to bounce off of its 200-day moving average. On the balance volume is pretty steady, telling you smart money is still buying the stock slowly and accumulating. I would buy Disney at these levels. And next is Visa, one of my favorites here. Stock is trying to break down below 100-day moving average, as you can see here, trying to bounce off of it, these levels. I would buy some Visa at these levels. Stock is completely oversold with the RSI 38. And we got here Tesla here. Tesla is a famous EV play here. Stock has been in the trading range for a while. See the on the balance volume here. On the balance volume is telling smart money is still pulling into this stock, pouring into this stock here. I would take advantage of this temporary weakness in Tesla and buy some Tesla. And we got Amazon.com, new CEO Andy Jassy. Stock is not doing great. Stock dropped big time. It's even below its 200-day moving average. On the balance volume is pretty steady, sticking up slowly. I would buy some Amazon.com at these levels. This stock will do great. So with that, thank you very much. So typically, you might wonder, how do I know? There are a lot of stocks. How do I know when to buy stocks? I got a quick cheat sheet for you so you understand the methodology here. Typically look for stocks that are oversold, for example, RSI below 50, and recovering in the shorter time frame. This is what we should look at, so that way you kind of catch the stocks as they're recovering. Always buy and sell in stages. Don't buy just a single stock. That will limit what you can do. And look for stocks consolidating for a while and then showing some strengths. Indicators like John Carter's TTM squeeze will tell you when the stock is going to switch from a consolidating market to a hyper type market. And when the stocks are at 52-week high, look for a pullback before buying. On the contrary, when the stocks are at 52-week low, look for a sign of price increase before buying. You don't want to catch a falling knife. And when the stocks drop big time, look for some signs of bullishness before you jump in. And when you see a high short ratio, that could be a good indication. That's why I show the short ratio in most of my charts. So that way you know when the stock is down, if there's a high short ratio, that can give you good short squeeze opportunities. And always look for insiders buying or selling, or institutions buying or selling. That tells you if the insider is buying when the stock is low, that tells you insiders have got conviction, you can buy along with them. And same story, when the stock is down, institutions are buying big time, go ahead and buy along with them. And look for fundamentally good companies evidenced by the sales growth and nice gross margin. Whenever sales growth plus gross margin is greater than 40, it passes the rule of 40. That's when you can start buying when they're down. And look for secular growth names like biotech stocks, technology stocks. When they're down big time on a bad news, could be FDA approval, could be earnings miss, or a downgrade. Buy those at those names and they can reward you nicely. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.